is Crystal the Foxy Colorist, and in this video, we are going to test out these Moo Moo water-based marker on an Amazon book with Amazon paper. You ready? Let's go. All right, so we're going to use this large print coloring book for adults. Again, like a bold and easy book for adults. I purchased this book from Amazon, and this is the page I am choosing to color. Yes, put a spotlight on it. Put a spotlight on it. All right, so if you have not seen the Moo Moo swatching marker video, it will be available for you to click on and watch. All right, so one thing that we always need to do is make sure that we have a protective sheet behind our page. Okay? Now, let's see what colors I want to test out. Now, one of the main things I want to see is, does this blend in any way? How can I make these markers? What can I really do with them? Okay, so I'm going to take this. It's like a brownish orange. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the orange. Yes. You know what? I love the sound that water-based markers makes on paper. Not weird? Is that weird? Now, alcohol markers, not so much, but these, yes. All right, now I feel as though I've gone too light with this, but let's see if I can recover at all. And I'm just going to stop right there. Now, what I do notice is that this paper is not going to take too much more of this marker. So let me go with probably the brown I should have gone with in the beginning, but that's okay. We're going to see if it can be rescued. We're going to see. Yeah, this is probably the brown I should have gone with. Yes. Okay, so I can see that the paper, it's not going to be able to take a lot of different layers. It's not. But it's still holding up. I mean, I don't have any holes in it per se. But let's just see. I got to cover up that orange. Ooh. There we go. I can see that the paper's peeling up some, so I'm not going to continue to work on those areas with the full brush. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly hit it with the tip. I normally do that, when the paper starts to break down, it starts peeling up, and I still want to, put a little bit more color down. I'll just kind of, touch it with the tip of the felt tip marker. Now, I really like these felt tip markers. Why do I like them? Because of the felt tip. Now, I have some Crayola super tips, and it's just something about, I don't know, I just like brush tip markers better. I just do. Not brush tip, felt tip markers better. It's kind of like with alcohol markers. I like the brush pen better than like the nib or that wedge shape. I feel as though I can be more accurate with the smaller tip. I feel like that. Ooh, okay, this ain't gonna take much more. Nah. Okay, I wonder, can you see this? Sometimes, when you're making a video and what I see and what you see is different. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone because it's really starting to peel up. I'm gonna bring the page down just a little bit, and I'm gonna work on the upper portion of the tree. Now, I did not like that orange that I picked. That was a no-go. I should not have selected that color. but we're gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna make it work. So now I'm gonna go with it's like darker brown. We're gonna add some texture to the tree. We're not just gonna let it just be a just old brown tree, even though it has a hive in it. We're gonna give it some character just to see. Can you even blend these? All right, so let me stop right there. Now where the colorists or the artists put the dark mark, I wanted to put like the darkest brown there. But then let me go in with the lighter brown just to see how it looks. And sometimes I've heard somebody say this. It has to look ugly before it looks good. That makes sense. This could look totally different when it dries, but right now it's looking some type of way. It's looking very streaky, but it's okay because we are coloring. Again, this is a test with these water-based markers. Ooh, on Amazon paper. Okay. Bring this down some. It's going to come together. I'm believing it. What do they say? Trust the process. Trust the process. Trying to work on that streakiness. If you've watched the video where I swatched, I said that the lighter colors are more forgiving than the darker colors. I'm feeling like that's really dark right now, but I'm going to leave it alone and I'm going to let it dry some because I don't want to tear the page totally up. And let me move on to the rest of the tree. Okay, so I need to incorporate this. This marker is just asking for me to use it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just tap a little bit. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, yep, it's banging. I like it. Yeah, so it's lighter. All right, let me make a full stroke. Right up to there. And then what I want to do is just add this color right here. Let's see if I can get these lines going in the same direction. And they meet at this intersection of the tree. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that once this dries, it might look okay. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see, which way do I want to go? Add a little bit more. Now, one thing, when the paper starts to like kind of peel up, when you use these water-based markers, just back off, meaning stop, let the paper dry, and then go back in again. But if you just keep trying to add more layers and color, when the integrity of the paper is being compromised, you're going to get a hole in the paper. Ask me how I know. Someone asked me, how do you know that? Yes, I've been there. Because like when you're coloring something, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like the way it looks. And you just keep adding and adding. And you're not working in the book with the best paper. Come on now. I do that. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Now, from my point of view, it doesn't look too bad, down the little trunk of the tree. It doesn't. As it's drying, it looks better. It does. What do you think? I think it looks better. So based on what I'm seeing from, the performance of these felt tip markers on this Amazon paper is you have to take your time. All right? You have to take your time. Work in segments, sections. And I do that because, I like to add like different colors, like for, this is how I like to work. But you know what? The truth is going to be told when it dries. And I know a lot of times in other books, this is just like the first layer in many layers. You lay down your water-based marker first, and then you go in and add all your serious detailing in with your pencils. But your watercolor marker has allowed you, to cover up all that white space all the way down. You don't have to do any burnishing, with your pencil, coloring really, applying pressure so that you cover up all the white area. You really don't have to do that when you've laid down water-based markers. It's kind of like you're just going on top of it. All right, I see a textured tree. I think I kind of covered up a lot of stuff here, but you know what? I'm not mad. Let me see if I can smooth out this area right here. And then I'm going to back off of this tree trunk and leave it alone. All right. The paper did not tear, which is a good thing. But I can tell I'm pushing it because it's just rolling up. And those really dark areas that you see, that's the paper rolling up. That's what that is. All right, so we are going to put our brown down. And, I could have done it gray or, any other number of colors. But I just, chose to do it brown. So now we're going to pick up our yellow. And it's so funny because it's not even like I've ever really seen a yellow hive. I have not seen that. But I just want to do yellow. So, okay, I added like a foresty, or I would have added a green. I don't know if this right here is going to work though. I don't like that with that. All right, so I want to do the hive like a yellow green. I'm going to lay down. Let me lay down at the bottom. Here we go. I'm just going to start here. Start in the middle. Start in the middle right there. I like that. Okay. Go up a little bit higher. Goes down really smooth. It really does. Now I think I want it back. I want you back. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we go. All right, I'm not mad at that. But I can see this. I mean, I cannot be adding a whole bunch of layers on this. Not all at once. Let me take that back. Not all at once. So let me see if I can just kind of go. Ooh, oh, it's rolling up, y'all. It's rolling up. It's rolling up. I still like it though. Still like it. All right, so I haven't put my little green in there. I'm gonna do that a little bit later. Now, if I were to call myself trying to blend this yellow in with that, let's see what that would do. Am I gonna get a hole in the page? Let me just use the tip of the marker. I probably should have put my line down at the bottom, but I'm committing. I'm gonna commit to it. Here we go. But you know what? Even though I'm committing to it, I can still add a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? I can still add just a tad because that just looks weird to me. I think that looks better. And I'm going to leave that right there alone. Let me see what it looks like to you guys. It don't look too bad. Forgive. So let me tell you what I was trying to accomplish. I wanted to lay down that lighter yellow and then see if I could come in with like a darker color version in the same family and kind of blend that out. Now, right now, it doesn't look that bad. but I'm not certain what it's going to look like once it dries, okay? So you can kind of get the gist and the feel of what I'm trying to do when I color this page. What I'm seeing so far is what I really see with a lot of my watercolor markers when I use Amazon paper. The paper's kind of peeling up some. I have to be patient. I have to wait for the paper to dry. And then if I want to apply a little bit more, watercolor, um, marker, I just got to kind of like tip, 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 like with the end of the tip so as not to really stress out or cause a hole in the paper. All right, so I'm going to continue to color this page. I'm going to speed the video up some for the coloring, and then at the end, when it's complete, then I'll come back and give you my final assessment of these watercolor-based markers on coloring books that have Amazon paper. All right, I'll be right back. Now, I do believe that this marker with this Amazon coloring book paper, you just have to be careful and not let it get too wet. And once the paper starts peeling up, okay, losing its integrity, you have to stop. You need to let it dry, maybe wait a day, and then go back in and, apply more color. But at this point, I mean, if you've, you know, totally covered the item you wanted to color, if you wanted to add more detailing in, you could do it with like, a colored pencil or acrylic pen or something of that nature. So I'm really happy with it. My final thoughts on these Moo art markers. Glad I got them. I really like them. It's that felt tip for me. I like that better than and I love Crayola super tips, but I just like it better, with the felt tip. It kind of reminds me of a brush tip. So that I am really pleased with. I'm really happy about the beehive. Look, I can see shading. I can actually see shading on the beehive. I don't know if I've ever been, me myself, been able to shade this well with a water-based marker. So, two snaps up with a twist. That's what Moo water-based markers gets from Boxy Colors. All right. Tell me what you think about the picture. This is on Amazon paper. Okay. Well, you know what? Check out the next video where I am going to be using these markers to color in what? That's right. Small wonders. Until next time, keep it foxy. Peace.